And if you remember before, previous teams were leave nobody behind. We need to know that if we are going to achieve 90 by 2030, everybody must be included. We should drop the issue of stigma and say there are these people, there are these people.
I think the issue of stigma is totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
You can disagree with somebody morally about something. That doesn't mean you don't treat the person.
I agree. It's a human right. HIV treatment and having access to HIV is a human right issue. And we have no right to say somebody should not have access. So that's why the country is programming for everybody. And that's why we are saying today, if you are listening to me, if you don't know your HIV status, please get tested. All over the country today, the HIV screening going on in all local governments, in all state capitals, and in all primary health centers, and it's free.
Okay.
So if you have not been tested before, please
just go out,
go out there and get
anywhere.
tested. Anywhere. And it's free. It's free in all the primary health centers in the country, in all general hospitals, in all government hospitals.
Will all this stuff also be collated by NICE?
Yeah, you know, when you use information like this, it'll give you a wrong value, because people who left their house, but NICE is like a house survey.
Yes.
So it's going from house to house. Even people who don't want to come out, the information will also be accessed from them. Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now, one of the major concerns about HIV/AIDS infection is tuberculosis. Very big trouble when it comes in contact with HIV-infected people. Can this tuberculosis be prevented totally from actually infecting people who are positive?
Yes. One of the things if you go to HIV treatment centers, is that the people who are HIV positive are managed in open places. And one of the things we do that if you have been coughing for more than 1 week, we should say 2 weeks before, but anybody who have been coughing for more than 1 week have been treated with antibiotics and the cough persists, should present himself to any of the primary health centers or general hospitals for TB diagnosis, and it's also free.
Can it be cured even in a positive HIV positive person?
It's curable, both in HIV positive and non-HIV positive person. You take a treatment for 6 to 8 months and it's completely cured.
That's beautiful to hear. You know, I thought it was something you just battle with forever once the person catches it.
Treatment is 6 or 8 months and it's done.
Okay, now, we know we've been hearing about AIDS for decades now. Yeah. But I need to ask you, what is the best way to prevent an HIV infection?
Yeah, just like we said, it's as simple as ABC. If you are not married, abstain.
Okay.
If you're in a relationship, be faithful to a faithful partner. Because if you are faithful to a partner that is not faithful, you are still at risk of HIV. If, like we say in Nigeria parlance, if you can't hold body, you
go to the sea.
Yes, use condom. These are some of the basic things we need to do. Like if you're a pregnant woman, you don't want your born baby to be HIV positive. What you need to do is that every pregnant woman should have HIV. You should know your status. No. If you know your status, if it's positive, the mother will be started on drugs, and available statistics shows that if you're a mother who is HIV positive, is given the ARV drugs, that baby, in more than 99% of time, will be negative. Can that baby be breastfed? Yes, now, yes. Because when you're on those drugs now, because the drugs we have now, the cocktail of drugs we have now, is so effective and safe that once a mother, breastfeeding mother is on those drugs, you cannot transmit those viruses to. Okay, so that's baby. Vertical transmission. Yes. If somebody is virally suppressed, he's taking his medication such that it's not affecting him, it's not multiplying, can there be horizontal transmission? Can you give it to someone else? You can't transmit what you don't have. But the load is there, it's suppressed. Yes, if you suppress it persistently, continue. What it means is that it continues going down. Okay. And as far as you're taking that drug, it continues going down. But it never really disappears. No, it cannot. If you stop your drugs, yes. But you know, if it continues going down, then there's hope for elimination. Some
somewhere in the future.
Yeah, that's what we are saying. Why people are saying they're waiting for vaccine. I always say people who are alive now, take their drugs continuously, that will be alive to see the HIV elimination. And when you are taking the drug, the virus is suppressed. Science have shown that once you're able to suppress below 1,000 copies, the risk of transmission is almost zero. We are talking about 1,000 copies. But the drug we have now can suppress it to below 50 copies.
We are looking at a much better picture than what we have known ever before.
Yeah.
It's not as bleak as we thought it was.
No. Even with the drugs we have now that have not been recommended, the cocktail now, is the side effects like people complain about.
The side effects.
People complain about is almost non-existent. The drug is very effective. Like within 4 weeks, before we are saying if you take your drug by 3 months, the virus is suppressed. But evidence has shown that with the cocktail recommended now, within 4 weeks.
Within
4 weeks of taking your drug, the virus is suppressed to below a level you cannot infect your partner. So what it means
50 copies.
50 copies. What it means that if you have a partner is positive, one is negative, within 4 weeks you can meet your partner and the risk of transmission
it's minimal.
Is not there. So this drug is so good. Like people have used it for outside Nigeria for more than 1 year, and all those have shown that it's very effective. However, there are some group of persons we are still careful not to use the drug because you know HIV medicine is a very dynamic.
Yeah.
As more information, more people are using it, more information is coming. If a woman of childbearing age is on the drugs, we advise you should be on long-acting family planning because we don't want the baby to be exposed in the first 3 months. In pregnant women, we avoid the first 3 months.
Okay, I'm going to have to make you pause right there so that we can take a short break. We're taking a really short break. Stay with us. Meet us on the other side.